The west coast of Florida has some of the best bottom fishing in the world. We made the 80-mile run into the Gulf to see what monsters we could pull up. And let's just say, it exceeded our expectations.
Woo! Get up. That's a big fish, man. That's where you come for the big groupers and snappers, boy, I tell you that. Beautiful red grouper.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my God.
Unreal.
This thing is huge.
Good grief.
We started our day of fishing by going out and looking for bait. We pulled some of our traps that we had set the day before for pinfish, so we had a good start, but we still wanted to get a little bit more. Luckily, we were able to catch some more live bait, and it wasn't long before we were ready to head out fishing. We had about an 80-mile run to our first spot, so we all took it easy and made the beautiful crossover on this flat, calm day.
Welcome back to Maritime Expeditions. My name's Charles. Here again with my Uncle Ralph today. We're out offshore on the west coast, about 80 miles offshore. I'm super excited. It's one of my first times out here in the Gulf doing this stuff, so ready for an awesome day. It's a big red.
Silver? It's a red grouper.
Is it?
I think. Shiny? They don't normally fight. Shiny or it's a grouper. It's a grouper. You can see it from here. You got a big old mouth.
Yeah. Nice red. That's a fire truck right there.
That is a beauty. Before I even got to the bottom. That is a beauty. Nothing wrong with that.
Nice fish, man.
That's the way to start the day. Oh, Jacob.
Jacob's already catching fish before we can even get to the spot. We're all setting up here. He's catching dinner already.
Wait a minute, Jacob. Can I say something, Charles?
Yeah.
I think Jacob pulled a Grandpa Fred
He did.
and put his line in before anybody else.
You
could
got to
even
get
do
in
anything.
first
I don't know what's
before
up with
anyone
that.
else. But I'm taking pictures with this fish.
Good.
I can't even get my lines down yet. These guys are catching fish all around me. Yo, we're
Really,
filming
fight
for
it,
TV.
fight it. When he gives you something, you fight, okay? Now he's digging. All right, wait, he's gonna stop in a second, then you need to reel. Okay, reel.
Get on him, what you doing?
You got an American red. That's American red.
You want to grab him?
Holy,
Where's that little guy?
come on. Ralph, you're making this look too easy. Can't even get lines in the water
You are
yet.
making me look good, though. You are making me look good for TV.
Let's see
Like
past
that,
it.
boys and girls. Old Uncle Ralph said it wasn't big enough when I started.
I'd say that's pretty big.
Ralph, you don't think this is big enough?
No, it's big. It's a good one.
It's a beauty. Well, that's the biggest one I've ever caught.
All right, we got our bait down. Try and get one down before these guys catch all the fish. Red snapper beating down there by my feet. Let's see if we can get one here. Down to the bottom she goes. Hopefully not to make it back up. Conditions out here today, pretty pristine, if I do say so myself. We're fishing real short leaders, which I'm not used to, but you get a lot better feel for when that bait's getting bit too, which is nice.
That's your other one.
Little did I know this was going to be one of multiple fish that I lost that day. And I wasn't really sure why it was happening. I wasn't breaking them off due to pressure. The hooks were still on, they were just coming undone. And it's one of those things that happens when you're fishing sometimes, but it was definitely tiring pulling all these fish up from 200 feet, almost all the way to the surface just for them to come undone while guys were landing fish all around me. But that's how it goes sometimes. But what made it all worth it was this fish
man.
here.
That thing is smoking.
Everybody look away, seriously. Don't even look.
Move. Woo! Get up.
What's happening on this boat?
Get up.
Talking all that smack and there you go.
Dang it. I had it in high gear.
Hey, he wants to get me down in that rock. I ain't gonna let him. Oh. Come on up.
This one's within 10 feet of the top finally. What do we got here, Captain Ralph? cigarette.
Cigarette snapper. Looks like a salmon.
What we got? What's the verdict?
Either
Oh,
gag
big
or
gag.
black.
Big gag.
Got your little gal, Ralphie?
Unfortunately, we gotta get him.
That's a stud.
Oh, wow.
Oh man.
That's a big one. You have to send him back down?
Yeah.
You can't keep gags out here?
Get it out of season.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the biggest gag I've ever caught in my life, though, for sure.
October maybe.
Whew!
We're gonna have a hard time getting him down.
Stud of a gag grouper right there. Unfortunately, these guys aren't in season, but awesome fish. We're gonna get him sent back down, vented properly, so he makes it back safe and sound.
I might have to.
Alright, we're sending him down. This will do it. On the decompression tool there, got a little weight and a clip that'll self-release once he gets down. All right, my skunk is off the boat finally. Had 3 or 4 that I lost, but now we're ready to kick some butt. All these other guys were catching fish around me, so now it's time. But got that nice gag and ready to get another one.
You got a reel. You can't pull. You got a reel. Now lift up.
Got him
Keep
out.
reeling. Keep reeling. Don't take your hand off that handle.
You gotta put the reel.
Dude. Don't let him get on there.
I'm trying not to, brother.
Pick him up. Pick him up. Pick him up. Reel down. You got a game?
Pump, you gotta pump.
I gotta get him moving first, you
Short
sucker.
pumps. Short pump.
Tell you what, this guy's down deep, got some muscle. You got some muscle. I got some color. Here, you got Charles on one too.
Pick him up. Keep reeling.
All right, Ralph, come lift this
I think
boy
you're
in.
good now.
Dude, no way, man.
That's an American red.
That looks like an amberjack.
Or an amberjack. That is an amberjack.
Oh, that sucks.
There you go. Now just go down. If he's digging down, don't pull it.
Let him dig.
Well, let him fight the rod. Well, you got his head turned, I think. Well, no, you didn't. So just let him fight the rod.
Those big fish.
Get him where you can.
You see him?
Yeah, bring him this way. That's a big one.
I got something else.
Let it loose a little bit.
You're all right.
We're letting it loose. Keep coming.
I'm hooked up on somebody.
Drag him this way. Drag him this way. Keep dragging.
Oh, that's a beauty, baby. That's a beauty.
Snapper's king.
That's a beauty. I'm whooped. I'm taking a little 5-minute break.
Maybe 10 minutes.
Maybe 10. Woo-wee. Ralphie, what do you think of that?
Beauty of a red snapper Pop's just caught. Gonna get him in the box.
Woo-wee.
That's a big fish, man.
Jacob, you're making fun of me, the old man. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, we'll see what we got.
Right, Sean? He's making fun of me. Guy's making fun of me. Look at him. He's working hard. I'm getting a
Hardly
little break.
working.
I get to rest a little bit for a few minutes. Give him instructions. Reel, reel, reel. Pump, pump, pump. Jacob, that thing's massive, bro.
See him yet?
It could be a
I
big
can't see him yet. He should have been up by now.
Look down there. There's a bunch of stuff up above him. You can see color.
I think it's a big grouper. It doesn't look white to me. Right there.
It's a big Goliath. You can see his big thing.
Oh, Lord. Well, there you go, Charles. Check that thing out.
All right, Jacob's getting this guy vented here. Big Goliath. Nice fish though.
Hear all that air coming out.
Yeah, I can see his stomach shrinking in his mouth too. Be ready to go.
Squeeze some of it out there. Hold on to him.
Yeah.
Doubled up.
Oh, I
Doubled
lost
up.
mine. Lost mine.
Ah. And there were one.
It's not big. That's when you gain your line. Keep his head turned up. Keep reeling.
Tapping like a snapper. Tire yourself out here. Dropping it down 200 feet to the bottom. Having to reel fish up every time. Gets tiring, but it's worth it.
Nice mangrove
See him?
snapper, Charles.
Really?
Nice. No,
I think it's a red grouper.
It's a grouper, little red grouper. Sorry. It's a red grouper.
Little red grouper.
It's a little
Yeah. On the spinner.
Woo-wee!
Little red grouper. I don't know how little that guy. He's got a hook in him.
Hey, look,
I think
he's got-
caught your fish.
I think you did catch my fish. Is that where the hook is?
Look at that.
I think we had the same fish.
That could have been one that ate that I lost too, though.
Here, you want your hook back?
Yeah.
I'll take my hook back.
There you go.
Spray my finger.
I'll give you that back.
Yeah.
Appreciate
look.
that.
See this? See this problem right here? I think Jacob tied this. See that? Out unwound. Jacob, you sabotaged me.
Yeah, I called that fish earlier and I said, look, there's going to be 2 Charles that's dropping down.
I think we caught the same fish.
He was just trying to help me out, man.
That's a beauty.
Beautiful red grouper. First one of the day for me. Definitely not the biggest one in the box. That one this morning was a stud. This is still a great fish. Gonna make great food, great dinner. I don't know what we're gonna do with these fish yet. We gotta cook them up some way. We gotta figure out what Ralph and Dina like to do, how they like to cook them up, but we'll figure something out. He's full of bait down there too. Look at all of that food in his mouth. There's definitely plenty of resources here for them to thrive in these Gulf waters out here. It's where you come for the big groupers and snappers, boy, I tell you that. Get this guy in the box. That's a good looking fish box right there, if you ask me. Needs more ice.
This little baby though.
If you didn't take 10-minute breaks in between each fish, we might have a box full of them by now.
Could be. This might be a mangrove snapper or something.
Woo! That's a mangrove right there.
Nice one. Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
I'll take that for a mangrove snapper.
That's a stud mangrove.
There you go.
What you got there, Sean?
I think it was a snapper, and then it turned out to be a big Goliath grouper. I call this, as Charles likes to call it, the bridge fishing technique. Under your right arm, and you reel with your right arm.
I call this the cameraman stopped filming and took a fishing rod technique.
Oh, it's a huge red. No,
Yeah.
Easy. It's huge. Don't lose it. It's huge.
Stud fish, man.
It's a big, big fish.
I thought it was a Goliath.
Charles,
No, that's a big red
I
snapper.
bet you anything the scales are missing on the jukebox.
Yep.
I can tell you this
Or a
is
Goliath.
I can see it already.
It's a big red.
Oh,
Come on, Sean.
I'm getting him up. This is my first American red snapper ever. Oh, he's missing. Is he? This thing's got me out of breath.
That's a beauty, man.
He's
Yeah, he's right here.
big. Oh my god! Dude!
Dude, that is a mondo right there if I've ever seen one. Come on, kid. There you go.
Holy cow!
Took the old man.
That's insane.
Look at the size of this fish. Oh my god.
Got it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
Look at that.
Can you imagine the size of the Goliath?
That's unreal.
Dude, this thing is huge. Oh my god, look at his head. You can see the teeth marks. Jewfish tried to take my fish, but I was the stronger man. Won the battle. This thing's hurting my back just carrying it, but just put it in the box. I think that thing is like double or triple everything size. Charles, you need one now.
All right, I
Now
gotta
you
get
got
one.
the slime.
You know,
The
if my
slime's
camera
on.
guy would
Hold on,
stop.
I got you. Come here.
Fish anymore.
You know, if my camera guy would stop taking the fish out of my hands, he's giving me the camera. Hold this, I got a big one on.
I didn't
Give
say
me a
that.
break.
I dropped the rod and I told Jacob. Jacob was busy. No, he wasn't. And then I casted the rod.
Just like that mangrove snapper I caught a minute ago.
Golly, he's got 6 baits in his mouth too.
It's a big old mangrove snapper, boy.
Yeah.
He's got
I think you can mount that one.
That's a beauty, huh?
he's got multiple hooks in his mouth.
Yeah, he does. I think I've caught him 3 times. Or lost him 3 times. This guy. Somebody's had some fun. This guy's been a hog. Look how much he's eating. He's got 3 baits in his mouth, Ralph.
Look at that.
Tell me this guy's not a pig.
He was look at this. He was in a glass grouper too.
Was he?
Yeah. See the scales?
Yeah, you're right. He's got a big old bite in his back. Here comes the mangrove snappers. This one ain't bad. He had 3 baits in his mouth when we reeled him up, so he's been eating on my bait for a while. In the cooler. He goes. Man, look at that snapper. Good night.
Feels a little better. Put the stank on him.
How did you?
Oh, we got a big cuda down here.
Uh-oh.
Really?
Yeah. Oh no.
Get him.
Cuda
Get that
got him, man.
No way.
The cuda got him. Got his tail.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. We got the important part at least.
There's the cuda coming back for the rest of it.
Just trying to get him. That is a big cuda too.
Oh,
Beautiful red. Unfortunately, he got sliced by the Barracuda there at the end, but we still got a good portion of his meat there that we're able to take home. So, good fish. Trying a new number here. Right as I sent this pinfish down, got whacked. Might be something smaller.
yeah, there he is right there. Is that a big old man? Is that a grouper?
Grouper.
It's a red grouper.
Big red grouper.
It's big enough. 20 inches they gotta be?
Yeah.
That's a beauty.
He'll eat. Stud fish right there though. We don't get reds this big down in the Keys by us. Every now and then you'll get them, but definitely more rare. But these guys are just so plentiful out here on the West Coast.
And delicious.
Beautiful fish and delicious. Alright. Adding to the fish box. Looking good in there.
I'm not too thrilled that this is gonna be massive, but it was a good bite. But he's not fighting super hard, so I don't know if he's just tired, like I am, or he's just a little smaller than the average fish. I got a good feeling it's a grouper because I put down a dead bait. So we'll see what happens here. I see color. It looks like a grouper. I don't know if he's got the size we need. He's not big enough. We got to send him back down.
I'm going to vent him. He's trying to get the air out. It's going down now, and he'll be able to swim to the bottom.
And you're required to have a venting tool on your boat, right?
A venting tool like this, but pretty soon they're going to probably make you use that tool descending device. It lets them go at 50 or 100 or 150 feet. It automatically releases them without having to poke them.
They're making us do that in the Keys now.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Small down there?
Mm-hmm.
That's a really important part of this whole process, is letting these fish go that you can't keep, and letting them go so they can grow up to be something that you can keep the next time you're out here, instead of them. Back in the day, these fish would die, and they'd never make it back to the bottom. So it's good to have the proper stuff on your boat. Stop it, Ralph.
Got smoked on the way up.
Oh yeah, I'm bringing it up, getting ready to go. Got smoked.
I swear if you catch the biggest fish again, you're fired. What was that?
How's the cameraman fishing so much?
I'd like to know.
Nobody else is fishing, and I'm too busy catching.
Well,
All right, we're at the last spot of the day. We're all worn out, but still still got live bait, so figured we'd drop a couple more down. Got smoked. Second I hit the bottom. Red snapper right there. That's a good one too. That's a mutton too. That's a mutton. I was gonna say, that thing looks familiar. I've seen one of them before. Back in the Keys.
It's a nice one.
A really nice mutton.
They gotta be 18.
Yeah, 18. He's definitely legal.
I bet he's a 22 to 24.
Beautiful mutton there. Little variety.
Dad was fishing on credit.
Yeah, baby.
He's a 23er.
Almost, yeah, 23. That's a nice fish. That's a nice fish right there.
Gotta get them up before the sharks.
You don't need a shark over here.
We could just take my last one.
Nice fish, bro.
Give him other options.
Finally got me in the
Shark got him.
In a rock?
Yeah, he's not in a rock this far up.
Shark got him if he going up.
There he
No, I
goes.
don't think it's
There he
shark
goes.
got him.
He's up now.
It's mad. I mean, it's mad.
Oh, you got it. That made him. Had him in his mouth.
That's what I had in his mouth.
Yeah, that's what the holdup was.
Shark.
Look at that. That's ridiculous. He just hooked him, got him off, and he already had time to eat something again. Time to go.
That right there means it's about time to go, unfortunately. Getting in the sharks ain't good for nobody.
It's gonna be a savage meal on the way down.
That happens, but epic day.
Epic day.
Gotta give our thanks to Captain Ralph
Absolutely.
for today.
All right.
Ralph, you turned it on, buddy.
That was fun. Y'all did good.
It's safe to say we had an epic day on the water, and it was time to make that long run in. Thankfully, we couldn't have picked a better day to come out because it was glass calm all 80 miles home.
Alright, we're gonna try and weigh Sean's fish here because, quite frankly, this is one of the biggest red snappers I've ever seen in my life. Stud fish today. Yeah. What's it reading? 22.8? 22.9? 22.8 ounces? 22.5 pound fish? That's a beast of a red. Absolute monster. My dad wanted to weigh his first, so he wasn't embarrassed, but yeah. We're gonna need a bigger wagon. That guy almost fills the whole thing up. These are probably the two biggest fish of the day right there. It was one of the first and one of the last fish too, which is kind of funny. We got some variety with some big mangrove snappers to add into the mix. And that right there is the last of it. Load up a dock cart with some good fish today, boy, I tell you that. We've got this nice American red snapper that we're gonna clean up, and it's gonna make some great dinner, and we're super excited about it. This guy, pretty cool actually, he got bit by that Goliath coming up, so he's actually got teeth marks on his head, which is just crazy to think. This is a 22.5 pound fish that Goliath had in his mouth, which is just crazy to think of. His head's well bigger than my hand, and all his scales are puffed out from being inside that fish, and just an awesome day out here. So we're gonna get started cleaning them. These are big fish. You need a big heavy-duty knife that's gonna be able to cut through those thick scales that I'm talking about and get down into that meat, be able to break through these rib cages because they're super thick. Fish like this, you need the right equipment, not only from the tackle when you're out on the boat to the stuff you got when you get back. Work our way down. just an incredible day overall. I knew the fishing in the Gulf was good, and like we said, my Uncle Ralph's been telling us to come down and do this for years. Something I've always wanted to do, and finally made an excuse to come up here and get it done, and boy did we produce today. This is that part I'm talking about here with this rib cage. You need a really, really thick knife just to be able to get through. Break through there. Get them cleaned up on the back. This is a serious fish though. This was actually Sean's first American red too, which is a pretty cool experience. I told him though, it's only down from here because this is one of the biggest ones, quite frankly, I've ever seen. And just like that, you got a beautiful red snapper fillet that's gonna make for some great eating. We clearly have a lot of work to do here, which is a great thing. Got a lot of groupers, a lot of snappers, and we're ready to get them all cleaned up. I got a lot of work to do at the fillet table, but we've got more work to do upstairs. I got someone special up there who's gonna help us cook these guys, and we're gonna make some dinner out of them. It's gonna be a great night, so we'll see you guys in the kitchen. Okay, well, long successful day of fishing. Sophie's here with us now.
Hello.
She made the trip up, so we're glad to have her here. She's gonna help us prepare this red snapper. It's a beautiful piece of fish. We're gonna do it on the half shell, so we're gonna get it seasoned up. Show us how we're gonna do it.
Pretty easy. We're just gonna use, this one's a mix of salt, but you can just use regular salt, pepper, put some lemon on it, and then some butter, and then you're good to go. So, I'll start by seasoning it.
We're excited to try this method out because this is one of the first times we've tried cooking a big piece of fish like this on the grill. I've always wanted to do it, but never really had a big piece of snapper like this to try it out with, and this seemed to be the perfect one to do it.
Yeah, the fillet is huge, so I can't even imagine how big the fish was.
The fish was gigantic. They were all huge. It was just a crazy day out there, but
This is just one of many pieces of fish that were left.
yeah, there's a lot of fish to go around, but we're gonna make this one piece for dinner tonight. Let the family try it out, see how we did. But we're gonna take it down. I'm gonna throw it on the grill and get it going. All right, we got our grill heated up right now. I'm gonna go ahead and throw on this beautiful piece of fish here. Just gonna go ahead and slide it right on our grill. Skin side down. It's basically just gonna bake this fish like it was in the oven. Skin side down. And once it's done, that fish should just flake right off that fillet and be beautiful. We took out all the bones and everything. It's ready to go. So I'm excited to see how this guy comes out. But all that heat's gonna stay in the grill once it's closed up, and it'll melt that butter and all that seasoning on there. It's gonna make for some great dinner. All right, this fish has been on for about 25 minutes now. It's a big fillet. We've had it ripping hot. You know it's done when that meat's just super, super tender. You can poke all throughout it. It's already coming up, so we're gonna get this guy off the grill. It's a really big piece, so I'm probably gonna need both spatulas here. Just real carefully put it on our cutting board. And now the fun part. Get to take it upstairs, try it out. All right, fish is done. It looks amazing.
And
well
it
worth the
smells
wait.
amazing.
It smells amazing. Looks like it is super, super tender. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of separate it down the middle there. There it goes. Right off the skin. Ready to be enjoyed. Wow, it looks
Wow.
insane.
I'm excited to try it. I've never had
So you can see how all
fish
that,
like this.
that scales basically is like a baking sheet under the fish. Go ahead and get me a piece here. Start with a little piece. That looks like a good piece there. Ooh. All right.
Excited.
Now the fun part. Let's try it. American red snapper. One of the best table fare there is.
Cheers.
Get my piece first. I'm having difficulties. Cheers.
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 Mm.
It's seasoned perfectly.
It's so tender and juicy. All those juices stay inside of it.
So different.
It's just flaking apart too. We're definitely gonna have to try this more. It worked perfect though with a big piece of fish
It
like
makes
this.
a big difference, yeah.
Yeah, this fish normally wouldn't take as long, but it's such a big piece. It took almost 25 minutes out there on the grill and it was ripping hot.
It's worth it.
But well worth every minute. But awesome, awesome, awesome day out with Ralph and my dad and Jacob and everybody out there on the boat with us. It was just such a great time bottom fishing. We're glad Sophie could make it up here tonight to enjoy some great dinner with us. We have a great weekend ahead of us. Still got to do some tarpon fishing, but we're just super excited. Had a great day and able to enjoy these beautiful fish together. So we appreciate you guys watching the videos as always. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next week's video.
I'm not on the show.
Montage.
What's a montage? I'll be on the show then.
That's awesome.
All right.
That's good.
That's good.
What'd you put on it? Butter. I saw
Just
the
put
butter.
that mixed salt
That
stuff
is
you guys got.
delicious.
Butter and pepper.
I wonder who caught that fish.
That was actually yours.
Hey,